If you want to learn how to grow a TikTok following and also monetize it, then stick around. I have someone who's done just that on today's episode. Let's dive in. In a world where ad costs are continually rising and prospects are getting more and more skeptical about who they can trust, how can you reach new people in a way that's authentic and effective? A place where you can build trust at scale and convert skeptical prospects into raving fans and clients. Hey, my name is Luis Diaz, and you're listening to the Podcast Domination Show, the place for entrepreneurs and businesses that want to know how to build a podcast that helps them grow their business, get more clients, and build their brand. I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining me. So thank you for joining me. I know we've been literally bullshitting for the last 20 minutes, not realizing like, oh, we're supposed to be doing a podcast. And I was like, yeah, it's been a long day.
We both forgot why we were here. So yeah.
Yeah, dude, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you reminding me that we had a podcast to record today, but it was very clear as to why we wanted to do this initially. And that was to talk about kind of what you're doing on TikTok. And I know you've got LinkedIn really well. I've actually seen your content on LinkedIn. And I was like, that's the first helpful piece of shit I've seen on LinkedIn in a while. Literally, dude, I was like, I'm going to try that. And you're also good on Instagram. So I'm curious because you've done really well in multiple spaces. So that means like you have a system, you have a framework, you understand how to gain an audience. So TikTok's something we haven't covered on the Average Expert podcast. And I love to just talk about like high level steps of how people can start to leverage the platform before it turns into a saturated place like everything else.
Yeah, it's starting to be like that. It started out as Musical.ly. So Musical.ly then is like Vine. It's just no more. It became TikTok. And so it was free views. It still is. It's like free organic traffic. You don't have, it's like way better than an ad, but it's free obviously. So in order for me to even give you the basics, we would need hours. It's so involved, and so the funny thing is that it's so involved, and you need you need to plan the strategy. But at the same time, there are kids who are literally posting whatever they want, and they're getting millions of views. So it really just depends. If you have it, if you're an interesting person generally, and you have something to say, then you're going to make it. If not, then you need for sure that strategy. But anybody can do this. Like the most boring people on there, they have a strategy, so it's working for them. Like there are some people who, like there's this guy, he's actually, I really like him. He's not boring, but what he's doing is boring. Like, so his name's Old Man Steve or something like that. And even my mom is watching him. Like, I don't know. I created a monster. I was like, Mom, look at this. And she's like, she creates a TikTok. So just to watch. So Steve, it's like, he'll say like, thanks for watching, Cooking with Steve or whatever. He's spreading some mayo on a sandwich and putting some cheese and ham and then calling it a different day. But he's just so funny and like the mannerisms that he uses and his face that you're just like, I can't not watch Steve, but he's not doing anything. So like, it's just, you need to just develop a character. For me, it's much easier for me to just be myself because it's exhausting being a character, but still it's hard enough for me to be like, okay, so now I have to be entertaining. You can't just get on there and talk. It's not Instagram, and even Instagram, like you can't do that anymore. It's also not like a podcast
platform.
Exactly. Yeah, you can do that, but it has to be interesting. Like I think that someone like Mel Robbins could do this. You know, like she can just turn on the camera and talk. I think like she just is captivating. But like a Gary Vee strategy doesn't work on TikTok. As much as he would like to believe that, it does not work. Just because you can't just throw a bunch of content at the wall and hope that it sticks. That's not how TikTok works. It's all about the algorithm. If it doesn't stick with the first 100 people when you first put it out, it's going to die. You know, like it has a chance. It has a couple more chances to pick up later on. But if it's not good, it's not good. So, I can go off on tangents all day. But if there's like a specific thing that I can tell you, it's figure out your niche first. So don't just post like something about your cat one day and then fitness the next day and then post about business the next day. Like just figure out what you're actually even talking about, who you're talking to, and stick with that. And then keep trying different things. So your first 3 videos are the most important.
Okay.
So your very first one, for me, for example, my very first one, I did a trending one. So it was something that everyone did, but it was about me. And it was, I think it was like pointing to different things, like, and it was like an answer. So like, what's your name, Adam? What's your sign, Capricorn, whatever. So that one went super viral, and I don't know why. It's still, I continue to rack up the views and comments on it for no reason. And that's the thing about TikTok. Something can take off and you're like, why are you watching this?
Yeah.
That one was my first one. It had nothing to do with fitness. By the way, I'm in the fitness niche. I had nothing to do with fitness. And then I think the next one was like a rant or something, which I figured out was my thing. I like to just like rant about a certain topic that's either dumb or like rant about people who post stupid fitness advice that's not real.
Uh-huh.
Whatever it is, I just do like a 15-second rant. Those do super well. And then I did a workout. So my workouts always tank because people don't want to, I don't know why, but on TikTok, like some people can do workouts and I think you just have to establish yourself as a workout page, because mine is not all about workouts. So it kind of tanks, but I get a lot of comments and a lot of feedback in my TikTok lives saying like, thank you for the workouts. So I still do them. So that's my rotation. I pretty much do like a trending one, make it about fitness, a rant, and then a workout.
And when you say trending, what do you mean exactly? Like you take something like news and media and relate it back to fitness, or what do you mean?
You don't even have to think about that. So it's like a For You page. Well, the For You page is different than it's like, okay, think of it as the Instagram Explore page. So when you go there, it's going to show you all the songs that are trending, all the sounds that are trending, because the sounds, like you can do a lip sync, for example. So I did one with Gary Vee's voice. So it said something like, that's a great question, and the answer is no, or whatever. So what I did was I like to be controversial and cause chaos, because that's what makes me go viral. Yeah. And so I did "Are women as good as men in the gym?" And that was the text overlay that I had on and I was holding, like, I like to just hold random objects too. So I was holding a bunch of bananas, and I said, "Good question, but no." And so, like, obviously people were like, what the hell is this guy doing with a bunch of bananas? Why is he saying that women are not as men in the gym? And so then what I did was I commented down below 2 comments, which are both the viral comments. So comments can also go viral.
Interesting.
And it has like thousands of likes on my comments. So I said, I dropped some research in there. And so I said, like, women are actually better than men at recovery. They're better at handling more reps than men. And they should, whatever the research was that I said, that was basically what I said. But I dropped 2 comments in there. Both my comments are viral. The video has like, I don't know, something stupid. I think it's like 500,000 views or something. And then comments every single day, people dropping comments. And then all I reply with is, read the first comments. And so like it causes them to come back and watch the video again. And it causes them to like then be like, oh, okay. And then I have kids fighting all day with each other in the comments, so further boosting my engagement. So like these things, it just I incite chaos in my comment section, and then I get off the platform. So I don't even have to do anything anymore.
Okay, so I definitely want to set some parameters and like help people, because like if you're listening to this on audio, this is going to be tougher. So I want to set some parameters on like, okay, so who should be on TikTok? Like what industries? I guess so we can start to like get some clarity, some structure.
That's the thing. There's not really a set like these people should be on TikTok. It's you tell TikTok why you should be there. So if you think that you're interesting enough, that's the thing. Like I had a marketing guy the other day tell me that he's not on TikTok because he doesn't see the ROI and because his demographic is not there. And I was just like, well, remember when you sent me an invoice? I'm on TikTok, so your demographic is literally there. And marketing anyway. Marketing can be found anywhere. So for you, podcasting, I think, is boring on TikTok. So what I would do, have you doing like, so you want to start a podcast, don't do these dumb things. You want to start a podcast, here's how you go viral, here's how you blow your podcast up. So if you're providing value and make it in a fun way, then you belong on TikTok. You don't belong, your podcast does not belong on TikTok. Nobody wants to see that.
Exactly. Yeah. This is not a place really to repurpose stuff on your podcast, honestly. I think it's more of like a place you could promote it and give good value if you're good at it. So that's really interesting. So I'm interested in how it works. You know what I mean? Like, because for me, to be honest, it's like very, very new. And I know it's been all around for months. I probably played on it for a total of like 30 minutes and between now and like a few months ago. So I guess what would be it's like so you know on Facebook you can optimize the shit out of your page. You can, you know, put all these banners and different links and stuff. What's the scenario with TikTok? Do you have a certain amount of caption space in your bio? Can you put links? Can you do swipe ups? What's I guess you could like a lay of the land.
Yeah, so TikTok is also evolving every day. Everything that they do is
Right.
calculated. So there's nothing that's an accident. Nothing is they're not gonna accidentally go away tomorrow like Vine. It's they're they're another beast. I don't know else to describe them. Um, so you can't do a swipe up currently, but what you
Okay.
can do, some profiles are getting Shopify links in the TikTok. So you can say I'm
Oh.
promoting like a protein powder. They can click that and go buy it. So currently, I don't have that. I'm in Canada, so even though my demographic is US,
Yeah.
it's Canada is just notorious for getting everything years after everyone else. So I probably won't get that unless I get a VPN, which I may very well do. But I like to cheat the system. Same with Instagram. I don't know why they just Canada's Instagram's trash can, and so I'll get like a couple features and then they'll go away the next day. And I still don't have Instagram Music, even though it was what is it 3 years now that they've had that.
I think
And
so.
so yeah,
Yeah.
we don't get anything interesting. But anyway, so there's in the caption. I think it's I don't know. You can write like barely 4 lines and it'll cut you off. Same with
In like
comments.
video or image captions? Or is that like the bio
Uh,
caption?
in like same in the bio also, but
Okay.
like when you go to post, yeah, it's going to cut you off after like 3 or 4 lines, which is good. You don't want to read a long form anyway. That's not the point of
Yeah.
TikTok. Same with the videos, up to 60 seconds. Those do the worst. So the shorter and to the point,
Hmm.
the more it's to the point, the better it is. What else did you ask? So there's no swipe up. There's a link in your bio. So not everyone has that either.
Really?
I don't remember how I got that. I think I downloaded the tester version of TikTok through Flight Test, the app like for like beta
Yeah.
testers. So that's how I got the link. I think now maybe everyone should have the link, but it's possible that it's not
That you don't.
not
Okay.
yeah, not everyone. But yeah, I put my sales funnel in the bio. I've gotten a few clients from that, or at least a few like interest forms.
Yeah.
And then obviously you can, or maybe not obviously, in your bio you can link also your Instagram and YouTube. So I link my YouTube even though it's blank. I literally have a banner that says coming soon, and I have like 40 subscribers because of that. I don't
You
have
have more
anything
subscribers than me.
right, and I don't do anything. I just put it up there.
Right. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna subscribe. Whenever Adam decides to post something, I'll be here.
Which is really
Okay,
great
cool.
because I've built like TikTok is really good for you basically build your own cult. It's like it's crazy because I was live one day and I was like, guys, if I made a Facebook group, would you guys join? And they were like, yes, please do that. So on the live, I had my computer with me and I was like, all right, so what's the name of the group? I was not putting in any effort. I was at that point, I was just like, guys, just do this for me. So I was like,
Yeah.
what's the name of the group? What is all this? So I started, dropped the link and I was just like, guys, this is the Facebook group. Now I think it's been, I'm pretty sure that I did that on March 27th. It's May 21st. I'm going to hit 200 members pretty soon, probably tonight or tomorrow. So
Jeez. Okay.
highly
That's not bad.
engaged. Yeah.
They're
And so
what,
anytime
engaged?
highly engaged. And so they like anytime I've gotten them since day one, I've had them used to me dropping affiliate links. And so it's not like I'm selling. They're just like, oh, he's recommending something good. And they always like, they'll just, one time I dropped, not one time, like 2 days ago, I dropped, so I opened an e-commerce store selling fitness equipment also. And dropped a link the other day. I'm not joking. Maybe 3 minutes later, I had an email with an order. So anything that I recommend, and that's the thing, like there's 20 people in there and I'm better than some influencers with 1 million people because I actually have an engaged audience. I don't care about the numbers. I'm trying to make money. So I don't care if I have 30 30,000 followers or 300,000 is if I'm whatever's going to make me the most money is what I'm doing.
Right, right. And that's interesting because like I get on the phone with a lot of people who have huge audiences but don't have a strong revenue flow from those. So you're kind of the inverse. So could you walk me through like what you do on a weekly basis on TikTok? Like, and this may or not apply to people, but like when do you post, and is it like video? Is it live? How many times a week do you go live? Just like your flow. It doesn't have to be anything optimized, but like what do you do?
Yeah, so I go live every day. I kind of roped myself into that. Like I was doing this so that I could so that I could grow faster. And then I was like, well, now they expect it. They're like, I have people telling me that it's the best part of their day. And I'm not saying any of this because I'm not saying any of this to brag or anything, because I'm in my lives. I'm like, why do you guys even follow me? I don't even do anything. Like I in my lives, I'm cooking. I'm distracted. I'm on my computer, answering comments. Like I'm doing whatever I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm engaged with the audience. I'm not just ignoring them, but I'm multitasking. So it's like I'm like, why are you guys even here? So they're just like, it's the best part of my day because we just like talk about nothing and it's fun and it's like during the quarantine I'm isolated, so it's like something that I have a community now. So that's the whole thing. I purposely built this community because now I can, even if I take off a week, I know that my community is there and I own that traffic. So that's the most important part is getting that traffic and then taking them off of TikTok and controlling them. That's the biggest downfall of these big influencers, is because they have the accounts following them, but they don't own them. They don't. It's chaos.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any control over them. So like there was an influencer with like 1 million followers, and she tried to launch I think she was selling like merch or something, and she didn't make a single sale because her followers are not engaged.
Wow. When question for you. So you bring them into a community. Where do you bring them on? Like, is it like an email? Because I know you do the lives, but where do they go after? Like, is it to the Facebook group or is it somewhere else?
Yeah, so because I'm doing so much stuff, like you said, I'm on all platforms, and so I was like, what's going to be the least effort? So I trialed Snapchat. I hate Snapchat. I just still don't know how to use it after all these years. And so I have been building my list on Snapchat also. I'll just post like, hey, I'm going live, or I just posted or whatever. But then I got the Facebook group, and it's easiest just to do a Facebook group because it's so dynamic. You can do whatever you want in there.
Right.
And then from there, I can grow my email list because they already trust me. They like, know, and trust me. So
Yeah.
I just recently got on Community, which is, if people don't know, it's Gary Vee's, it's not Gary Vee's, but it's Gary Vee is on the platform. There are only 1,500 creators that they've invited. So it's super exclusive, and it's like it's the text marketing platform.
Gotcha.
So it's cool. I'm gonna start building my list there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, getting phone numbers is definitely something that could be really influential or really good because open rates for text messages are huge. So
Yeah.
it makes sense as to why you would do that. So you're going live every day in TikTok. Are you going live every day, same time? And I know you said you don't plan anything. Is that like, do you plan anything ever, or is it always just super random?
I have to plan like a general time. I don't like to hold myself to like, okay, at 7 every day I go live, because then it just like ruins my life after a while. Cause I'm like, well, I'm not technically getting paid for the lives.
Yeah.
Although there is a way to monetize that. But yeah, so I'm just like, at some point I'm going live. So usually it's around 7:30 to 8:30 at night, Eastern time. So they know that they can expect me around then. And then I always post in the Facebook group, hey guys, I'm going live at this time. I just posted, go comment, and then come into the live. So they know what to do already.
So you've trained them. You train them by like giving them warning signals or posts like ahead of time, says, hey, I'm going live during or now. And I know you mentioned, I don't know if we talked about this a lot offline, but you do like cooking in your stuff. You know what I mean? I think one of the things that I've always struggled with is like, I always wanted to go live and do like these live, like 30-day challenges like people see. And I've never been able to do them. And I think the thing that holds me back is like, I'm going to get on there and I'm just going to be staring at a camera with nothing to talk about. And
yeah,
it's annoying because I'm like, I know I'm not afraid of the camera, but I am afraid of not providing value. So I'm like, do you have any mental hacks or things like that for people? Because obviously I think the biggest way to grow on TikTok, correct me if I'm wrong, is to go live consistently.
Yeah, well, that's the way that you build your community. So you can't just go live and then not post. You have to do both, obviously. But some days when I don't even go live, when I don't post, I still go live because they need to get used to seeing me. They need to see what I'm about. In 15 seconds, you can't really decide whether you like that person or not. So it's also a time for me to sell, because I'll say like, yeah, so my client today, just, you know, she lost 20 pounds, or my client today, he's put on 30 pounds since he's started working with me. And then I'll be like, anyway, I'm going to make a burger. And then, like, you know, it's like very like, the chat is also going so fast that I'm like, it's okay for me to not, for it to just be chaos. You know, like I'm like, what was I talking about, guys? You know, like it's like very normal. So it's like, there's no pressure. When you first get on, yes, you will be talking to yourself and like two people from Turkey. But then you're gonna like, the more you talk and engage, the more people are gonna come in, because the For You page will also show your live on their page. So another cool thing is that when someone's in your live and it ends, it'll throw them into another live. So like some people will come from other people's lives into yours. So I try and stay on at least an hour, and then you can also get gifts, which translates into money, but you have to get a bunch of them for it to do anything. This entire time that I've been on TikTok, I think I've made $60 from being live. So it's still like something, but it's not, you're not going to make money there unless you have a super engaged audience. That's like, you have a big audience.
Yeah. I think that's like kind of like Anchor. Like Anchor's the same thing. If you do podcasting on Anchor, I think there's a way to monetize it. But like if you get like 1,000 listeners per episode, then you can make maybe $100. And that's a hard number to hit. Like 1,000 listeners an episode seems a little for some people, but that's actually a decent amount of traffic per episode. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't make sense with time or money. So I'm curious, because most people here listening are entrepreneurs. So we've kind of gotten a lay of the land on TikTok. We've understood like live is really important. And you mentioned selling on your lives. Do you just drip in content about your programs and products? Because you do one-on-one, like high ticket coaching for busy professionals and on people who want to get in shape. How does that work? Like, do you have a hard call to action? Do you just weave it in and a soft call?
I'm actually usually just talking to individuals. So I never throw the information out there. It's always people asking. So like when someone's like, how do I lose belly fat or whatever? So I'm like, well, you can't do that. You can't spot treat fat. And then I go into my spiel, and then I'm like, well, I had a client, and then so I'll throw in that I had a client. They know what I do. I'll throw in the other day on my podcast or whatever, I have a new podcast episode. So I'll just throw it into the conversation. So it's never a hard call to action. My affiliates, I make sure that I'm either drinking. So for example, I have an affiliate, like a matcha tea company, Tenzo Tea.
Okay.
But when I'm live, I'm drinking out of a clear mug. You can see the green liquid. I'm drinking out of that. So people, what the hell are you drinking? So every single time I'm like, yeah, and I have I have it right next to me. So I'm like, well, funny you should ask. It's this Tenzo Tea. My code is Adam. You know, like, so it's like super easy. And the other day, Steve, I know him. We met on LinkedIn, and he emailed me the other day, and he's like, did you know that a ton of people are using your link, your code? And I was like, well, probably, because I drop it every time I go live, not even on purpose. People just ask, you know, so it's not, it's organic, but it's planned.
That's funny. I'm on your TikTok page now, dude, because I was trying to pull it up. I was like, because like, I know it's cool to talk about it, but it's even better to like look at the live examples of what you're doing. I noticed like you have a lot of, first of all, facial expressions are always on point, and like you're always like, it looks like you have a lot of emotion. Number two, you have some interesting props and a lot of the boomerang stuff going on. So are these all features inside that you like? Are you producing the content elsewhere and then bringing it onto TikTok, or are you producing it inside of the TikTok app?
It's easiest to do it inside the app, but if you want it to be higher quality, you should do it outside. But I just can't be bothered. Honestly, I'm not a creator. I hate editing. I can't be trusted with that. It'll take me forever. So I like to just be inside the app. It's going to be pretty bad quality, but like the effects, like I really don't put even any effort into the effects and transitions and stuff, just because it's, again, I'm not creative like that. So the boomerang effect that you're talking about is just every TikTok does that. You select the cover and then it's like a Harry Potter kind of like moving photograph kind of thing. but yeah, that's that's just everybody's looks like that.
Got it. Okay. Okay, cool. So another question for you on this app, because I'm just fascinated by it now. Can you do lives like with other people, or is that something you're
Not
bringing on
currently.
later? Got
Yeah,
it. Okay.
not currently. I think eventually they probably would, but I think other apps like I don't know, other platforms like, I guess House Part, like You Now, I'm pretty sure does that. But like there are a lot of different other ones, like Instagram. Obviously, the Instagram Live, you can go live with someone. But
Yeah.
right now, I don't even think they're trialing that.
Got it. Okay. Um, dude, I'm just laughing at some of your content. If you guys want to follow him, it's at the Fit Adam on TikTok, dude. He just has some hilarious ones. So I'm here's another one I really want to ask you, man. Is what's been your biggest, your most viral piece of content, or like the topic or thing that you find that takes off the most for you?
The topics, and that's like the stuff that I don't even like talking about. The topics are like fad diets, like carbs. I attack the keto group a lot, like just because it's, the people who are set in their ways, who are married to just one way of thinking. I always just purposely poke the bear that way. But and that's the way that I go viral. But the most viral piece of content that I've ever made was I was going out with my friends to sushi, and I was like, shit, I need to post. I'm late. First of all, I was going to be late to sushi. I was late getting a post out. It was just all around a bad situation. So I was like, okay, what am I going to do? And it was, if you scroll down, I'm in a maroon shirt and it says carbs are not bad. And
Yeah, I see it.
I did like to the beat, I just put like carbs are not bad. And so like the words pop up with the beat. And so that's why it worked, I think. And I'm just stuffing my face with different things. And so I've noticed that so my ranking, we've already been over, is people like that. People like when I'm eating, because I've kind of successfully branded myself as like an eating troll. And so I troll in the comments. That's how I get those to go viral. I eat all the time because part of my brand is flexibility and just like eating the foods that you like, just not eating like a water buffalo, like just like controlling what you're eating. And so like, since I'm always eating and people are like, how do you stay fit? I'm just like, well, let's get on a call and I'll let you know. So it's more like everything's calculated. It's not organic, but it seems organic, like
I think what's interesting you're doing, like you understand human psychology. Like humans love controversy. We want to watch it. We want to watch the fights. We want to watch the trolls.
Yeah, and I troll my entire life, which I think is the reason why I'm so good at dealing with the trolls and all the hate that I get, because I get a lot of hate in the comments if you look at them. But there's always a response from me, and it's like pure entertainment. I post them on my Instagram story, which is also the Fit Adam. I post them on my Instagram story. And I've had people DM me and they're like, I come to your Instagram stories specifically to watch your troll comments. So it's just another form of content for me.
Okay, I gotta read one comment. I gotta read one comment. It's hilarious. So I'll read two. The carbs are not bad one. You have one person saying, I'm keto, I make my own healthy pastries. I'm surprised you didn't tee off on that, because I would have. And then another one's like, can you please tell my parents this? And then you put, your parents obviously have no idea what they're doing.
Those are some of the
hilarious. Like the kids.
Those are actually fine. Like there's some very savage ones that I posted.
Oh, I can imagine. This is where it gets fun, because it's like you're building your brand through entertainment, and that's one thing I think a lot of people, myself included, I'm not trying to be sit on my damn high horse here, myself included, struggle with this a lot too, because I'm a very like cut the BS, like just give me what I need kind of guy. So I don't put out content that's like super engaging. Or if I had to do a post where I've got to grab 4 different things, I would probably be like let's just tell them what they need and then go. So it's interesting because it's a learning tool, right? Like as this gets more competitive, this is what I think I want to share here. As this stuff gets more competitive, you're going to have to find ways to be different and find ways to be creative and entertaining, because people just don't care. Like they have 1,000,001 other fitness people they could follow, but you make it fun and interesting. And that's why a lot of people follow you.
Yeah, exactly. My account has grown really fast. I think I started maybe like maybe early March or something, or late February, something like that. But I mean, I tried 1,000 different things and it didn't work. And then it just picked up one day. I gained 5,000 followers the next day after posting one video. And so it's grown fast, but there are people I know personally, some people who have gone from 0 to 100K in a month. So it just really depends like what you're posting.
Right. Dude, I'm so going to use your, I'm going to take a picture here and like use it and like post it and tag you and gain a bunch of followers. Not
Yeah,
gonna lie. Go from 0 to 200 in like a day.
To 200 followers.
Right. Yeah, exactly. 0 to 200 followers. I love it. That's really interesting. So last question, and I want to talk about where people can follow you and find you, because you actually do put out some really good information in terms of fitness tips for people who are actually, they've done it before, but they're like, now I'm in a stage in my life where I don't have time for the gym, or I can't get to the gym because of COVID. The music. So you have to pick music for every single clip everything you put out, right? Not pictures, but videos. Yeah.
So the music that you pick, it should be trending. Obviously, if you're putting something out that has 10 videos have used it, it's not going to go viral. But I pick the music. Sometimes I just take it from others, like similar people. So whatever they use, I like that song. I'll favorite it for later. And so yeah, the music on TikTok is sketchy though, because it's like YouTube was 10 years, or well, I don't know, whatever, 8 years ago, where like a bunch of creators would use whatever they want, and then just one day they're like, oh, why is my account demonetized? Like, because they're going through that stage where they don't have the rights to some music, and then it just muted. And so like you have a great video that has 3 million views, and then it's muted. And once an account, or once a video is muted like that, you have to just delete it because it hits your account. So it sucks in that respect. But if it has a music note next to the song, it's probably going to get hit at some point. If it has the music, if it has the TikTok symbol, that means it's verified and the artist is on board with TikTok. So use that.
Gotcha. That's because I've actually never posted anything. So I'm like, I have no idea how to set up a post, like best practices. Any other tips for best practices when posting that I'm just like the novice wouldn't know?
Well, first of all, ask yourself if you would even bother watching that. Because I think a lot of people are like, oh, this is a great topic. I'm gonna do this. And then like they do it and it gets 4 views and they're like, well, I don't know why that didn't go viral. Because look in your niche also, like look and see what other people are posting and what's doing well, because that's what people want to see. It's the same thing on every platform. I don't know why people think it's different on TikTok or on Instagram or on their podcast. Like do some things that I guess haven't been done, but at least copy the way that like some of the viral videos look, and like the video, did they use music? How are their angles? Like if you're sitting in a dark room talking to the camera about something that you think is interesting, it's not going to go viral.
Exactly. Dude, this has been super, super helpful, man. I think what you're doing on TikTok is really interesting. Poking the bear, obviously, being controversial, being consistent with lives, and just giving a ton of value, I think there are things that we overlook sometimes, but they're the basics that really, really work. Where is I know you've got a podcast, so we didn't even talk about that, which it's funny how we kind of met, but what's the best place people can find you, follow you? If they're on TikTok, where can they find you? And then if they're off TikTok, what's the best place?
You can find me literally anywhere at the Fit Adam. It's the same on every platform. And my email and everything is probably attached to that platform as well. My podcast is called The Fittest Guy in the Office, and you can find me on all platforms as well.
Sweet, dude. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, looking forward to learning more and following you on TikTok. Probably the first person I follow.
I'm going to follow you as soon as you get it together with TikTok.
Yeah, I got to get my shit together before I do that, but I appreciate it, dude. Hey, really quick, if you wanted to get daily emails to help you grow your podcast and your profits from your podcast, then you're going to love my daily email list called the Daily Growth Tip. It's basically a small email I send out every single day to help you do just that, either grow your podcast or grow the profits from your podcasting endeavors. So I've got a lot of great reviews from it so far from people who are on the list, and I'm sure you will find at least one thing in there that you'll be able to use right away. So if you want to check that out, then all you have to do is text the word podcasting to 1-646-495 9867. I know that's a mouthful, guys, so don't do it if you're driving. But again, the number is 1-646-495-9867. And the word to text is podcasting. And that number, as well as the keyword podcasting, will be in the show notes. So if you're on an Apple device, all you have to do is swipe up with your finger and the show notes will be there. And you'll be able to get all that information and get on the list that way as well. So thanks again, my friend. Talk soon.